I'm 22 and I applied for this Amex Gold card 6 months ago. All the reviewers online say this is one of the best cards that you could get, but is it worth it for someone who's 22? Most of these reviewers are further into their careers, at least 2 or more years, and I'm only 3 months in. So I really wanted to find out what it's like to use the Amex Gold card as a younger person. Or my friends call me a nunk, but that's besides the point. On to the video. Back in July, Amex sent me a letter in the mail saying, "We'll give you 100k points if you apply for our gold card." The caveat, you gotta spend $6,000 in 6 months. But I was fresh out of college with no job. But I didn't want to risk losing the offer and waiting, like 3 years for it to come back around. So as any impatient degen would, I pulled the trigger and I applied, and now it's here sitting in my hands. As you may or may not know, the gold card gives you 4x back on dining and 4x back on groceries. No other card gives you a higher rewards multiplier, at least on a consistent basis, than the Amex Gold card does, making this card a top choice. But the real question is the $325 annual fee worth it for someone my age? More on that later. Let's talk about hitting that $6,000 spend limit. You might be wondering, how did some unemployed kid spend $6,000 that he doesn't quite have? That honestly is a great question. Luckily, Amex gives you 6 months to spend that $6,000. Now, typically other credit card issuers, they may only give you 3 months or 4 months, but that extra 2 to 3 months was totally beneficial for me in my situation. But I still ran into an issue. At the time, my monthly expenses were only around $300 to $400 a month. So it's nowhere near the $1,000 a month I needed to spend in order to hit that $6,000. So how did I do it? Well, luckily at the time, I guess I still am, living at home. So what I did is I asked my parents for some help. We ended up putting all of our grocery spend, our utilities, car insurance payments on the gold card, and over the course of 6 months, we were able to hit that spend limit without any concerns. When used properly, the 100,000 points that you get can easily be worth at least $2,000, and I mean at least. So that alone covers the $350 annual fee for a couple months on end. I meant years, a couple years on end. If you're stretching the budget to hit the spend requirement, don't do it. Don't go full regard mode and just spend and spend just to hit the minimum spend to get points. It's never worth it. Remember, the number one rule of credit cards: don't spend money that you don't have. Points are never worth going into debt. Now, we can't talk about the Amex Gold card without talking about their coupon books. Let's talk about the Uber credit. On the first of the month, your Uber account gets loaded with $10 that expires at the end of the month. Now, these credits are use it or lose it, so make sure you do keep on top of it. I wasn't a huge Uber user before, but I'm glad the Amex card brought me over to it. The way I spend this credit is through Uber Eats. Typically, when I go into the app and I select the offers section, and in there it pops up a bunch of offers. I go with the BOGO offer, and I'm actually getting more food for less money than if I were to spend it out or buy it outright. Pretty neat, huh? Now, the dining credit takes a little bit more work. There's 3 ways that you could technically use this card. I think there's 2 more, but let's just say 3 ways. Number 1 is the Grubhub credit. For the Grubhub credit, if you have Amazon Prime membership, you automatically get a free Grubhub Plus subscription with your Prime membership, so I recommend anyone using it enroll for it. But I don't like to use the Grubhub credit because $10 of actual money ends up being maybe $6 worth of value on Grubhub due to all their fees, even with Grubhub Plus. So that's not how I spend it. The way I spend it is through either Five Guys or Cheesecake Factory, which are the 2 restaurants listed for the dining credit. What I do is I just go in store, ask them to reload a gift card. You can only reload Cheesecake Factory gift cards as of recently because Five Guys changed their policy, and now if you want to reload money onto their gift card, you can. You just have to pick up a new gift card. So now I have a slight stack of Five Guys gift cards, but it's easy to spend because they have some nice milkshakes, and that's typically what I do because I don't eat beef. So it's either grilled cheese, fries, or milkshakes, and milkshakes it is, because McDonald's fries are clearly the best. Anyways, with Cheesecake Factory, I actually do want to focus on spending more of my dining credit towards the Cheesecake Factory gift cards, because I can reload it or I can go in and eat there and enjoy a nicer meal. The Dunkin credit. Okay, let's be real. If you're 22, you're going to Dunkin' Donuts, whether that be getting a coffee in the morning for your 9 to 5, or just getting a nice munchkin donut, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich after a Sunday morning hangover. Either way, this credit's just impossible not to use. But for some reason, if you don't go to Dunkin' that often, simply do what I do, even though I go to Dunkin'. Go into your Dunkin' app and reload $7 into your Dunkin' account balance, and that triggers the gold credit. That way you can accumulate a balance and just spend it whenever you want. You don't have to worry about not using this credit. It's so easy and so versatile. And again, who doesn't go to Dunkin' Donuts? You may or may not have heard of Resy, but it's a finer dining restaurant experience, and they partner with the Amex cards to really just offer a nice end-to-end reservation and service and all of that. But keep in mind, Resy's not just for finer dining. They also have some nicer, just not as high-end restaurants on there as well. If you live near a major city or even just a popular town, you most likely have a Resy location near you. As a 22-year-old, it's so easy to go out for a nice dinner, treat yourself once every 6 months, because you get $50 every 6 months to spend at Resy. You can take your friends, you can take your family, or if you want to impress a date, you can take her there. But regardless, Resy has a ton of spots, and it's nice to treat yourself every once in a while. A disclaimer, due to me being a little bit stupid, I actually forgot to use the Resy credit last quarter or last half of 2025. It's not that I forgot, it's just that I waited too long to use it. Either way, that's my mistake. Trust me, I'm not gonna make that mistake again. Now, the last of the multipliers is the hotel collection. This credit is just completely useless for me. As someone at the age of 22 who's just currently building up his financials, I'm not traveling like crazy at the moment or even spending 2 nights at some super upscale luxurious place, because one, well, I can't afford it, and two, I'm just grinding at the moment. So this credit, I value it at $0. Now, the multipliers do give me a great value. As we talked about earlier, we got 4x on dining and 4x on groceries. And even as someone who lives with his parents, I'm sure you guys go out to eat with your friends and whatnot, or even just grab a bite because you're tired of what's at home. And yeah, we've all been there. But it's so easy to extract value from the spending multipliers on the gold card. I am a huge fan of it. And personally, I think it's one of the easiest credits for anybody to use without having to think about it. If you're at the grocery store or if you're at a nice restaurant, just pull out your gold card, pay for it that way. It's also a nice looking card, so a little bit of a plus if you're trying to impress people, even though a lot of people have this card already. Now, there is a credit on the gold card that a lot of people skip over and may not know about, and that's you also get 3x on flights. That can be flights booked through Amex or directly with the airline. And I think that's a very valuable credit, because as someone who doesn't have a million credit cards, it's actually really nice that this card covers the 3x points on airlines, because you do travel every once in a while. And I'm assuming you're not going to open up a brand new credit card just to book one single flight or maybe a domestic flight. So it's nice that Amex added this little perk. Consider it added value. If we're talking about Amex, we need to talk about Amex Offers. Now, you may or may not know about Amex Offers, but let me give you a quick education. What Amex Offers are, if you go into the app or website, you'll see a bunch of restaurants listed, or not even restaurants, just random businesses, right? And for this, you can earn a certain amount of cash back or a certain amount of points for spending with these businesses listed. I've actually gotten a surprising amount of value back from these services. For example, I got 3 months free of Disney Plus. I got a bunch of membership rewards points back on Macy's. I believe it was like 5x points per dollar spent, which is incredible. I've gotten almost $40 back on my car insurance payments. I've gotten 7x or 7% back on shoes. I have $50 back from flights. Yeah, there's a lot of value that can be extracted here. And To be honest, like I think so far on the year, like 6 months in, I'm around $125. But this credit alone, or this offer, this perk alone, can maybe even cover your entire Amex Gold annual membership fee. It's really, really worth it, especially when pairing it with the credits. Let's talk about an actual hidden gem though, Rakuten offers. So what you can do is you can pair your gold card on Rakuten and you connect it to their dining portal, right? Or their dining services. What that does is it's automatically applied whenever you swipe your card at a Rakuten approved or Rakuten sponsored dining partner. So effectively, what that does is you get 5x back through Rakuten and 4x back from Amex. And that combines for a total of 9x back on membership rewards points, because through Amex, you can select membership rewards points as one of the currencies that you earn in. Super valuable. I highly recommend that you guys connect your gold card to Rakuten and extract all the value you can. Now, additionally, you can also earn points back for spending at clothing stores. What you have to, or it doesn't even have to be clothing, it could be anything. It depends on what Rakuten offers. All you need to do is go into the in-store tab, and this part is a little bit more annoying because you have to manually click to add each offer. But if you're bored one day and you just spam the add button, you automatically have that in. And whenever you're spending at stores, you just swipe your Amex card. If Rakuten supports it, it's a free certain amount of cash back / points on that. It's a pretty easy credit to use, and I highly recommend getting that added value from it. Now, while I did lose out on the $50 of Resy credits for the second half of 2025, as you can see, I've easily made up that money back through Rakuten offers, Amex offers, and it's just so worth it. Just do yourself a favor, enroll, get it. To answer the big question, is the American Express Gold Card worth it to a 22-year-old or someone in college or a younger person in general? The quick answer, hell yeah it is, just get the damn card. It might be a little bit of work, but if you're a credit card enthusiast like me, it becomes more so fun and gamified than it actually does feel like work to use the credits. Putting the 100K welcome offer aside, in the past 6 months, I've been able to extract 34,000 points, which, to be honest, I've never been able to extract that amount of points from any other card. And this is again thanks to Amex's beautiful 4x spending multipliers paired with Rakuten's spending multipliers. Oh, my apologies. Rakuten probably gave me another 15, 17, 20,000 worth of points separately. So overall, in terms of Amex membership rewards points, I'm probably sitting around 50,000 Amex membership rewards points. Wow, this card's really worth it. So the Amex Gold card has easily become one of my favorite cards. It's so easy to use, it's fun to use, it's a really nice to have, and just take a look at this. It looks amazing. I'm a huge fan of the rose gold color. The gold color looks amazing too. One thing I did miss out on is the Amex white gold. It's a really nice looking gold. It was limited edition when they revamped the Amex Gold card. I wasn't able to get that, but by no means am I upset with the beautiful look of this rose gold card. I plan on keeping the gold card for a very long time. As long as Amex keeps giving us amazing points on our spend and not raise the annual fees too much, or gives us enough to justify annual fee raises, this card will remain in my wallet. Do yourself a favor, go get your Amex Gold card. The reviewers were right. This card, it's for everyone, no matter if you're 22 years old like me, or if you're well down in age. Unks. If you're thinking about picking it up, I'm putting a link in description. Please use my sign-up code. I do benefit from it. And thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.